Okay. Considering nobody's probably gonna watch for a little while, let me start. Wait, let me actually first, let me, how's this done? Okay. So, once again back after a week, and I have my to-do list today updated so that nobody can tell me that I'm not prepared. Which I'm of course not prepared, but doesn't matter. Okay. Let's start off by testing. I have to get a demo ready pretty soon. Well, I've got a test to do that. For some reason, every time, like, this guy, everything's fine, everything resets, but then after this conversation with him, the next one, oh, no, not the next one, okay. Sometimes it just weirdly changes, whatchamacallit. It weirdly changes the sprite. No. Okay. Okay, good news, good news. It's me. Alright. So, for some reason, I don't know if it's after this one or the next one or when, it just randomly changes the sprite. And that is not good because why would it be good? Come on, come on. You know what it is. Up the speed, up the speed. Okay. Still as slow as it can be. For some weird reason, this guy just all of a sudden works. Okay. What I want to do today, before I end stream, is what's on the to-do list. The assembler sometimes just eats products. I have no idea why. Gonna figure that one out. And I think I'll do that first, meaning, right, if I okay, so there's a copper ingot inside, meaning it should spit out a wire. If it spits out a wire, I am going to try with other things. All right. And that's fine. But before it did this kind of problem, yes, it had the problem with putting in two of the same sets of, you know, materials, one after the other, after crafting, of course. One just, he's fine. Second one, he's not fine. He's not good. Alright. Alright, well. I forgot about the bouncing. I made it a bouncy. Alright, yeah. Now I'll cheat a bit to get myself the materials needed to craft the exact items that posed the problem before. Those are plastic and cotton. Make cloth. And cloth. So, all of them clicked, meaning all of them should, in theory, be ready. Alright, that produced cloth. I did not imagine that. I'll just cut the hut. Oh. And there's the problem. It produced cloth. That it did. But the cloth's not here. It didn't save for some reason. And it is just not here at all. Like, nowhere. Very well, very well. Very good, very well. Okay. So, because for some reason the cloth disappeared after it was already created, I think the problem is in my saving system. Meaning, what? Meaning that if I do it again, stopped it a little too late. But I saw the product once again, so and now it's here. Huh. Why? Why did it work now? Not before. Okay. I guess I'll try it again. I'll put 2 in here. I'll put in also 2 cottons. And now, for some reason, before, for some reason, it didn't work. Now, I can look into the code, of course, but I think it's funnier to just see me lose my mind. Oh. So, crafting item here. If I go through it one by one, if it's rocks, it's here. If it's not rocks, you know, if the count is 1 and it's rocks, it goes here. If it's more than 0, but isn't rocks, ow. It goes here. It debug logs the count, which in this case, correct. In each case, correct, I think. Cotton, plastic filament, cotton, plastic filament. For some reason, it just bounced around. Why? Why did it do that? It did that because bruh. Okay. Back to this. So, for some reason, craftable items, it goes through all the craftable items, and if the item ingredients names count is the same as the craft count, meaning the inputs are the same, then me, okay. Well, the problem must not be here because it does spawn the item. And then it just doesn't save it. So I think I just have to test and see. It's perfect. So no ID. That's why it doesn't save anything. So it's gonna spawn it down here, I think. It spawns the items here. Asteroid catcher, nope. Wait, what it was? Huh? Did I forget it again? It goes into the start mini game. Start mini game is right here. Start craft cooldown. Countdown, not cooldown. Then now input craft. Where to be crafted is if it is null, right? And else new. And I don't think there's anything about calling the new craft dot get components follow dot id get instance id. Is it? Yeah. Yeah. It is, and it is again. Okay. Now it should work better. I'm not going to risk it again. I'll stop it the moment it goes in to see if the ID is there. Not now, of course. This is the keyboard. So, okay. Now the cotton and the plastic filament. Those are my two. Perfect. It's not. ID has not been populated, which is not good. You know, sorry, that's the whole problem here. I don't think I don't think it particularly worked. Whee! I can make dots. Oh, it did. It worked. Good news. Yay! Now I gotta test it the other way around because it seemed to work only when the cotton was first, and it didn't work when the plastic was first. But it should work both ways. So now it works the opposite, the other way around. And if it works also the right way around, then everything is cool. Then we're cool. We're not cool. Was I blind? Did I actually see it before? Okay. Like this, I know it works. Like this, I thought it works. Guess it didn't this time. Okay. Again, same problem. Ooh. Well, dang. Ugh. Gosh. Okay, again, it didn't work, but before it didn't work the other way around. So what changed is getting the instance ID the moment it was created. Well, let's actually try it again. I've changed literally nothing. What the hell? It's broken again. Okay. No. I dropped the pin. Right, I was doing something. I was doing this. The other way around, it worked. I know that. You know that. We all know that. By you, I mean me, because there's no one here. Correct. It worked. Simply, it worked. Now, the other way around, it doesn't work for some weird reason. So, let me find myself. Find me the local drive, the me app data, and the saves, the temporary save, this thingamajig. So, define items by name. See, there's one cloth, no secondary cloth. So the save either occurred before it was created, this was created, or it good well and didn't do anything. Now, it probably occurred before because otherwise it would give me an error, right? So why did it load scene here? Yeah, it's supposed to save after, right? After this. And also, the follow script has the same thing that on start, it generates ID. Does it perhaps need to wait a little longer? Well, I wouldn't know. I'll put it on 0.2 for try. And if that doesn't change anything, well, good get them damn Jim Jam. It's not gonna work. And I gotta find a workaround. Okay. Yeah. I need that custom cursor made. Yay. Oreo. So, let's try again. What was the last time the cotton first broke it? It spawns, I know that. And it's there. Good news. I might have just broken the code. I mean, you know, found the problem. But to be sure, I'll do it the other way around again. Just so I know for sure. I wasn't looking this time. Nope, all of a sudden it's broken the other way around. Alright, it may just be broken. Purely broken. Nothing else. Not one way or the other way. May just not work. Alright, so this is on 59. Which is where? It's this one. The one before everything starts. This one. In the for loop for input craft count if the okay. Huh? Okay, so it calls cotton once, calls plastic filament, and again cotton, and again plastic filament, and then it goes to first here. So it calls cotton first thing, yes, the input craft and input craft I. Oh. Okay. But what? What do you mean? Ugh. I don't want to explain this. I just want to fix it. All right. Well, easily said. I'm just not feeling it today. God damn. All right. Well, the thing is, for each craftable items, if the item in the craftable items has the ingredients name count the same as the input craft count, then they together then these two, if there's the same count, they trigger a for loop that loops twice in this case. Well, the problem also is it spawns the item, so it's not a problem there. Huh. For some weird reason, Ow. Ow. It's hurting my brain. Because it spawns the item, which is fine. Shit. That was not supposed to happen. Doesn't matter. My latest temp data shows that, once again, it probably wasn't saved. Yeah. I don't. I can't know for now. Because I gotta try again. Jesus. Wait, I'll duplicate them. Not what I wanted to do. So, filament first. It spawns it. But it's not there. And I have no idea why. The filament isn't either. Weird, isn't it? Huh? Well, of course. Yes. Well, the filament maybe makes sense. You know, because it may have not had a ID, but this thing did. Let me retry it again one last time. All right, wait here. So filament first. It spawns it, I know that. Does it save it? Cloth is not here. Everything else is. Right? Yeah. Everything else is here. The thing is, that singular rubber isn't. By rubber, I mean cloth. Of course. Hmm. Alrighty. So, what is happening here? For some weird reason, I don't know. Yeah, I'll say that's new, but it's not. What the fuck? Okay, so it doesn't save. It saves everything but that new thing. I will. I guess I won't because I turned it off. I X'd it out. I will. Look through. No, I won't look through. Huh. I'll debug log ID given. ID given. ID has been given. All right, now it's going to tell me that the ID has been given before it's gotten to the other thing, the saving. That's I'm gonna call it that. Okay then. Where does it save? It saves here. Also debug log saving, so get on with it. Oh boy. Oh buddy boy. Alright. Now that we have it in the console, it's gonna show us all the problems. So, this one right here, ID given. It said ID given. Saving, so get on with it. Right after the other. After the ID has been given. If this doesn't shed any light, then okay. Into the items, into the cotton, and the filament. Okay. So now, this one was... This one was, so... Aha! I was correct! It doesn't give it the ID that it deserves. See, why doesn't it? It doesn't because I don't know. Okay. It literally cannot get here without... Okay, I'll debug log the same thing here. Except by the same thing I mean it should make a ID. If this doesn't show up, I know where the problem is. If it does show up, I don't know. No, wait. Of course it's not gonna display the ID. The creating ID given, because it's in the start method. I need it in this method. To be fair, it shouldn't really matter because, you know, it's supposed to generate the ID. So it's not going to tell me all that much. Now it did. Give it an ID. Oh no! Woo! I wasn't even watching! That's how good I am. I'm tired. Plastic filament again. Cotton again. Cotton first this time, just so, you know, I don't know, but you do. Now, here, saving, so I get on with it. It should make a ID. And I don't honestly think this is the same thing because it's literally 20 seconds apart. So it doesn't give it an ID. But it does get called. Okay. See this. Generate GUID. That's get instance. That's my dyslexia fucking me up. Not yet. But I'll get on it soon. Right now I'm battling my dyslexia. Because I can't read, and this, before it was generate GUID, it was get instance ID. And I did not realize that there's a problem with that. That it's not the same thing, you know. So now, after I complete the tutorial on crafting, I will test it again. Thank God I got this one. I am not built for this anymore. I've done it like 28 times already. Now get out. I have to spawn filament and cotton and because look, it spawns the item there. And here, it's going to give me what I want. It's going to say... Yeah. This time, it did exactly what I wanted it to do. And it's gonna work. Please, please. Yes, it worked. I am relieved. I'm not happy because I can't be happy. I am literally physically unable to be happy from this anymore because it took me so long. And it was such a stupid problem. But the problem now is the next problem. Assembler no longer eats items. Yay. The problem is... Right, I'll restart this because I think the tutorials break down the moment I press New Day here. So, one of which, the one I'm talking about, is this one, the sales. If it still works as it should, then, it's doing something it's not supposed to do. Why? Okay. Find object of type new script to be sound. What? What was I doing here? Okay. See, the problem now is that this in the presets, it should find a object in what? I am way too tired to deal with it. What is this? Why is it? it's call cell stage 6, meaning here in stage 6, no, it's supposed to, yeah, it spawns a special one? I don't know. It spawns something on its own. I'm guessing it's not supposed to be a special one. It's supposed to be just another visitor. Nothing out of the ordinary. And let's look at it. So, all cells like 3 or 4. Yeah, this guy. A normal one. Nothing special about him. Right? I am hopeful. Buying menu. Yeah, nothing special about him. At least not at first glance. Not at first glance. So why does it break down? Let's get there again. Exact same situation is here. Ah, I was right. It's always the same. Why? G off? For now, he's Rocky. Just because I don't name. But why? Why is this? Jeff. Jeff is a great name, and I will name him Jeff. If it's not dependent on it, I don't think it's dependent on anything. His name's Jeff. Alright, I might have just broken it, but it was broken before. Not my fault. So, Jeff is... And I gotta change it here. Jeff. Alright, perfect. Now... Oh, Jeff. I still gotta find out what I was thinking here. New script to be sound? True? Huh? Alright, what if I just not? You know, I just the one line that's breaking it, I'm just gonna leave it not in the script. Not yet. The demo is what I'm aiming for today, and that's the part I'm gonna need testing before what's it called? Next Fest. Because Next Fest is right around the corner, by which I mean it is close, like in a month's time. And now that for some reason this... Okay, so I now know what happened here. Next Fest is coming up. It's in a month, and the submissions are due in literally 12 days, which I have no idea how I'm gonna make. Because what's needed is a demo and a release date. A release date is possible, like I can estimate approximately when I'm gonna release it, and probably can be changed later, but the demo needs to be playable. I will need as many people to see it and play it before Next Fest, so that the new people, the ones that don't know me and don't know the game, can, you know, get good experiences. Right. This time it broke something. It broke Bruce. New script to be sound? Like, who? Yeah, it's not, I can't find it like this. Right? Okay. It's supposed to find something. So now I need to find it because the code can't. And I gotta find out if it's something I put on all of my visitors or just one specific guy. See, now I know that it's supposed to be like this, but I don't know where that random game object or random thing is. The buy button is, it is here. So is it on everyone? It is not on everyone. That's the problem. Good news to me. And I don't even think it needs to be on everyone. And just, I can make it better. But why? New sound script to be sound. Because I can't type. Okay, yeah, it's just easier to not copy it and find it every time. Now, without testing, I can tell you and me that it's gonna work. That's probably a lie, but I'll be confident until proven a lie. Right? That's better. Then I have no alternative. There is no alternative. All right. No, this. All right. I'll test that it works. I forgot. I forgot to change it back. All right. Now it's gonna find the script, even though it's on everyone. That script. It's gonna find it only the first time. It's gonna look for it only the first time, and I don't know if it's a good idea to do it like this or not. But I don't care anymore. I've spent, once again, a little too long on this for how minor the problem is. Perfect. It works. A Jeff emote? Sure. Alright, it didn't work as it should. This bounces way too much. Wait. Oh, right, yeah. Huh. Alright, see, for some reason, this didn't disappear. And it is the second to last one. It is call cells this guy. Right, because current visitor is null. Meaning, if another one spawns right away, it's not going to get called. And I cannot have that. I need this, the current visitor. Alright, I'll just do it the stupid way. I will, the moment this starts, I will record the current visitor. Then I will there's temp storage, right? Here somewhere. Spawn if needed. Yep. Current visitor should be a game object. All right. Okay. Spawn if needed. Yep. All right. Too complicated. Public game object. That's game console. Dude, it's warm here as well. Like, it's not probably that warm because I am in a not refrigerated, not even air conditioned. I am just in a house with open windows. But it is so hot. I feel you on. Game object, temp. I'll call it temp. Now, temp needs to be the same as the current visitor. And if that is not the case, where did I put it? Yes, spaghetti. It's here. Same as, nope, that's temp. It should just leave, get out, you know. It should stop. And if this works, good news, it works. If not, well, yeah, nothing new. Fast. I don't want to be here. Yeah, I feel that. And for some reason, Jesus Christ, this is also not working. But yeah, it's how much? It's 33 here. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean, luckily I don't own an air conditioner, so yeah, that's not happening. But I do have open windows, so more of the 30 degrees, 33 degrees can get in. And my trusty old computer with 5 years of dust inside because I'm too lazy to clean it. Which is literally overheating the moment I turn it on. Right next to my legs. I'm just waiting for it to blow. Alright, again, it didn't work, but this time for a different reason, and I forgot to look at what the reason is. So, the current visitor should write on 7. Did I put in 7? I did put in 7. Yeah, this room's giant. It's pretty big, so that's the only lucky thing here because yeah, the airflow is 0. I have no way to get air inside or outside. So I am literally baking live. And I think it's supposed to actually get even worse. Yeah, it is. It is bad. Don't mind the language, just the 34 degrees. And it is projected tomorrow to be 36. Jesus. I am literally going to bake. I like baked potatoes, so I guess that's not going to be the end of the world. Yeah. I wish I owned a fan. Or a ventilator, I guess. Anything. Get me some air. I don't have a. I lost it. Doesn't matter. I need to focus. I am not able to focus. It's not gonna happen. So, why though? Why did it happen? It happened because I don't think it recorded the slow. Right. Because I don't think just immediately gets skipped, so yeah. When I game, I stew in my own sweat until I am boiled. Not what I wanted to do. I wanted to find this. It is cells in it. Right, because I am mentally challenged. Look at this. I made it that if the current visitor is the same as the temp, great. It should end it. Which is exactly what I didn't want. That is the exact one thing I did not want. I wanted to be the exact opposite way. Meaning, this time it's gonna work. And it could have worked 5 minutes ago if I wasn't mentally challenged. Which, this time isn't even an understatement. I just messed up an if statement. Yep. Nope. Alright, so right now, I don't think the visitor is there. But the temp is missing. Oh my god. the retardation is half the fun. Me struggling to basically speak. Good to know. At least some charm. I need... You know what? I'll actually put this in its own little bubble. Okay. If current visitor is no, and instead of and here I need or. Yep, no, not. Nope, not again. Is my PC? Oh, I did it. Nope, I built it. Oh, no, not what I wanted. All right, my PC has a problem, or my keyboard has a problem that keys I press don't press. So it sometimes takes a bit of practice and breaks all of my code, because why not? Or meaning if yeah, it is the keyboard, but the problem is, why is the singular key, one single key is the problem, when everything else works perfectly and nothing in particular happened to that key? Why is it broken again? It again, that's a squirrel. This. Because I didn't even... I forgot one of only two things that's required for an if statement. The word if and the brackets. And I forgot the brackets. Yeah, I tried that. Like a week ago, I cleaned my keyboard. Well, I tried, but it didn't change anything. Not in this case. This case. Yeah. I don't know. It's just doing a weird. I cannot, at least not without a tool which I do not have. Huh? Perfect. That works. Again. To be fair, this keyboard is like 5 years old. It's going to give out pretty soon. I'm ready for that. The only problem is I don't want it. I don't want it to. But I also don't want to, spend any time or money on it because it's just, whatever, I guess. And it works. It just works. Mom. All right, that's 2 problems down. Oh my god. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Schrodinger's completing tutorials on day 2. It's 2 problems down, like 5 more to go. All right. I think I'll actually keep the bouncing. I like it. At first, I wanted it only for a video, like, to make it look like something's broken. But, but now I'm actually liking it. Whee! Can also make it bouncier. But I think that's actually going to break it. Because if I up the bounciness, does it come through? Nope, doesn't. So I got to restart it to make it bouncier. But I shouldn't do that because that leads to this. I actually do. I actually like it very much. All right, let me find the items again. Bong, 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 bong. And it's gone. Yeah, the bounce can be broken very easily when I up the bounciness. It can go up 1 or 1.5 floors, I guess. Why is it in the... Why is it inside? It's just in the wall. Oh, and again. Alright, this one's just gone. Let me try this. Ha. Oh. Now we got 2. Who needs nails when you have the bounce? Right, I'll put it at like 0.6? 0.69. Because I am a child. Alright, that's 2 problems down. The third one was the storage items sorting layers have been wonky. As in, not looking all that great. And I can fix it. I hope. That's way too much numbers. I think it only goes to 2 decimal points. Oh, no, it doesn't. It goes to 4. So it's 69.42 or 69.69. Nice. I am a child. The bouncing is gonna drive people crazy. Imagine storing your items in here, just throwing them in, and they come back. Why is this wall not bouncing? Ow. Whoa. And I think I'm playing way too much with this right now. Ooh, I need to make a settings menu sooner or later before I release the demo. So I'll add a option to turn the bounciness on. And just and destroy the game. I can't condone the bounciness being more than 1 because that would actually break the game. But I think under 1 should be fine. Like anything under 1. Meaning maybe I can even put it in two different modes of bounciness. One for the normies and one for me. Alright, what was I doing? I was doing something important. I forgot about that. A slider's not a bad idea, but I have no idea how to work with sliders. See, now here, does it? It does. It has collision, meaning I don't need to change it. But also that means same bestie. Right. I want these guys to be above the chests. Above the chests. How do I do that? I know how to do that. I am a professional. Right. So, the moment this chest is locked in, I'll just, draw it back. It is on position -2 on Z, and these are on 0, meaning I think it's in front. For some reason, minus means front. Yep, it is, which is good, but not always. In this case, it is fine, because that means I can just, put it when locked in on collision. If I have to find the locked in menu option on mouse enter, I need where the collision happens. Okay, it doesn't happen here. Good to know. Storage set pause. If void lock in, meaning, yep. Velocity 0, collision layer 14. Collision dot game object. Nope. Collision dot get components. Sprite renderer. Dot sorting layer. Sorting order. And I need it to be 9. What color are those? Right, here the collision, it's now here it when locked in, it's 9. And here back to 10. Next thing needs to be done is position. Collision dot transform dot. Yep, position. Meaning this is minus. Oh my god. It is doing weird shit again. Okay. Transform position, rotation, yep. Next thing that needs to happen is the collision.transform.position is equal to new vector 3, where collision transform position stays same on X and on Y, but turns to 0 when turns to 0. Yes. Goes to minus. Nope. Goes to 0.5. F. Right? And when set free, the position just needs to be back to -2. All right, now, in theory, all items should be in front, which already worked for a second there. And after it's in front for a minute, I have nothing to say. I fucked up my line. And by line, I mean what I wanted to say. I wanted to say that if it is in front, it's in front. Great, it works perfectly. You know, it doesn't trigger unless there is no item on top of it. If there is an item on top of it, get it away! Like, what's it doing on top? Perfect. Now, as 3 down. I don't want to be here. Well, that's not going to change, so I guess down. And finally, selling and buying progression. I'm going to do that maybe off stream because I honestly have no idea how I'm going to do it. And it's going to be one of those midnight alcoholic blackout sessions, coding sessions. Garden visually moist. I need the garden to show that it has been wetted, the irrigated. That's the word. I like the word. All right, no garden here. I gotta find it. It's here. I am a pro. Okay, so I gotta, and I'm gonna. Wedded is a word that most people would not believe I said. Because who the fuck says wetted instead of not moisted? What? Irrigated. It's hard knowing words. It is complicated. Speaking is not my expertise. It's never gonna be. I wetted my bed. Mom, I wetted my bed. Okay, I'm just gonna make it, I guess, dark. Moisted my bed. It sounds better than wetted, to be fair. It sounds funnier. I think if I had a child and it just came up to me and said, I moisted my bed, I would not understand at first, but still, I would die of laughter. Right, what the hell is this color? Why is it not on my palette? Okay, I'm using a new color. Yeah, this looks like shit. I don't want to do it. I don't want to come up with a way to... Okay. I think the best thing I can do here is... Wait, it was this one. Nope, nope, not. Yep, this. Okay. Okay. No more commentary. I am, I am way too focused on this, I guess. Because I have no idea why I'm not speaking at all. Hey, that looks pretty fine. In my opinion. Problem being, I think all three are a bit different. All four. So either I make 4 variations of this, or I just stick it on top. I think I'm gonna make 4 variations of this. Yeah, I mean, I can change it whenever, but I don't think I'm gonna remember to change it later on. So, whatever I make right now, today, that's gonna stick forever. Maybe, if I screw it up this time, and I need to remake it, I'm gonna I'm gonna put in some actual effort. But today is not that day. An effort is something losers use. Of course, the amount of effort I put into this game is close to what I just said is a loser thing to do. I am aware of that. That's 2. It's good enough. I am babbling. I am jibber jabbering. I am literally just try hard and pixel art. Nothing to see here. That is a good point. I think most boomers would call that a loser activity. But to be fair, I have no real no other activity aside from games. So why not make them? Right? It'd be weird to just play, not make, when you spend this much time on games. Alright, I think I'm gonna take it and export it somewhere else. Here. Okay, and I will call it Wedded 1. Wedded 1, where do I put it? I don't know. I have it on my desktop, Unity, space, thingy, me, these, and yeah, hey, there's plants here. Tennis is cool. Said no one ever, but I have played, I have also played tennis. Don't anymore because I am way too lazy and can't be bothered. Okay, and can't be bothered to step outside my house, but but I have played tennis for quite some time. Like literally for 5 years, I think. With it 2. Yeah, I think I stopped like 4 years ago. So it's impressive to stick with anything this long. you can actually see how much time you spent on tennis and how much you spent on games. I honestly have no idea about my Steam account. I'd look, but I have no idea where to find it. Like how old it is. I'll find that out later. And did I export this one? Yeah. Yeah, I did. Each year? I thought you only get those like once every 5 years. Oh. Well then, that's not too hard to see. You can actually see that. If I get a badge each year. Nine years. 9. That's weird. I've been playing CSGO for 9 years. Yeah, mine's pretty close as well. Not exactly, but it's literally 2 years off. So I need to export. I have exported it. I need to import it now. Where did I put it? I am 22. I got it here, here, here. All my wetted soil. I'll keep it here. Find this. I know. That's because of my mustache and beard and wrinkles and graying hair, I guess. I don't. I have always looked 30 ever since I was 5. Now, down these, point filter, none on the compression. Find this. Oh man. The plant, the box, the plant. So this is the box. And I think on trigger, it gets completely gone. Does it? It does not. That's plant growth, which is good, but not good enough. Well, collision, yep, that makes sense. But what about this object? Huh? Maybe update. Oh, that's in plant growth. Okay. Oh, normal. No more plants. Oh, okay. That actually makes it pretty easy for me. Because here I just need to. I need to spray, right? Get components. Sprite render dot sprite is equal to, and I create one here. A serialized field of a sprite known as wet head. That's what to wetted. Sprite wetted. Perfect. And on new day, so here it needs to be null, right? Because this game object has a, oh, it has a square. Well, okay, it can get a square. It can't get a square. It's gonna get null. It's gonna be none. And something else. Wedded also needs to get nulled on start of new day. So where's that? That's load plant, meaning it's probably not anywhere here. See, okay, I'll just just make a new public void. That's too many. A public void known as, it's gonna be known as no more moist, because my English is good. No more moist. The only purpose of this is to literally do this. But I will also seed planting. Okay, good to know. That's always what I picture when I say moist. It is critically moist. In my time manager every day when the it's here somewhere. I'm just blind. Plant growth. It also has to go right. So in plant growth, we have the box. It's there, so I can public. I can turn this public, and I can touch it from inside. go.get component plant growth dot box dot get component dot seed planting, I think it was. No more moist. I wish I could do that. I'm just stewing in my own heat. It is 34 officially. 34 degrees Celsius. And it is unbearable. Turn it off. Okay, is it seed planting? I should probably see if that is correct. Seed planting. No more moist. Perfect. Perfect. Now, all I have to do is go box by box and put in the art, the plants, the wetteds. Wetted 1. Box 2, wetted 2. Box 3, wetted 3. And box 4, wetted 4. Now, if I put it in here, I need this to be 1, 1, and visible. Meaning 2, 3. Okay. If it goes down to 2, does it matter? It matters. Okay. 3. Now yeah, that looks fine. Now there's a problem with the collider. I wonder if you can spot it. That's part perfect. I don't even think I needed this. It was literally 20 times bigger than it was supposed to be. Because before, all of these colliders are on a scale 0.09. Of course, I need them all to be on a scale of 1. So that it looks good and not stretched or small. So the only thing I need to do with all of them is to just resize the small whatevers. Small planting colliders. And everything's gonna work as it should. I also need to change all of their sprites. But that is not a problem because I only do this, put it on 3. That's 4, that's 3. And instead of square, there's a none waiting for them. 4th one is wetted for now, but it's also gonna be not wetted anymore soon. I only need to test that all of them, the moment they get their correct sprites. Is it? Yep, it is. And they're in the correct place. They're, of course, not most of the time. Yeah, I think this is seamless. This one's simple because on both sides it has indicators. It's 3, 2, 3, 2. Okay, and the final one is almost, hey, that's actually correct. Wait, is it? Now it is. Okay, and with all of this, none. Perfect. Now, if it works, I can test it. And it's gonna look good. And if it doesn't work, I guess for now I won't know because because it works. Ha! Ha! Okay, now I need to be released. In the meantime, I can probably turn some of the debugging logs off, or just make them disappear, because it would be a very interesting first test now. This one's gone. Oh, this one is also this one. And before I turn it off, no, misclick. Christ, it's off at least. For some weird reason, it's breaking, and it's off. It worked perfectly. It wasn't anything complicated, but it worked perfectly, and that's enough to celebrate for me. So, Garden is now visually moist. I have not spotted any random errors for now. The only thing that needs fixing is the selling and buying progression, which is partially not even going to be part of the demo, because most of the progression is going to come in the form of, these rooms that are going to be unlocked. With each unlock, new things can be sold and bought. For example, the forge, the place where you bring your raw materials for them to get processed into their bar forms. Yeah, I can't really do that. Like, I can't really. You can't use ores in any other way apart from smelting them. Most of them, at least. But the customers are still going to try and sell you ores if I don't if I don't somehow update the selling and buying progression. Because look, now the things they sell you are somewhat out of somewhat not appropriate, because yeah, like gas, all right, whatever, like it's is going to be needed soon, but right now it's useless. So why would they sell you gas? So plastic filament, perfect. Potatoes, perfect. Sand, perfect. But all of a sudden, all right, cloth's fine. Silicon metal is fine. Advanced circuits, why would you want to buy advanced circuits right now when you don't even know how to make them? And you can't even make them because I made a kind of progression where advanced circuits are the second top category, very expensive. You can't even buy them. Zinc, fine. All right, whatever. Sealant, right now you don't need it, but you can buy it. Cotton's perfect, and the mesh is whatever. It can be useful. I'm not gonna deny that, so I'm not gonna buy it. Normally, I wouldn't, but right now, it's whatever. I also need to kind of, make the items less spinny. I have no idea how to make it, but the prices of the items? Well, you gotta put it into a chest, and once a visitor is here, you can sell it to them for however many this is, and their prices are displayed down here, which you can't see normally when you just hover over the object, which I should probably fix. I can fix that. I don't wanna, because that's gonna take a while. See, I'm kind of pissed off because these things, like, I don't want to put iron ore out of the pool. Yeah, I'm probably gonna, after the demo's at least playable, I'm gonna start fixing up these small little, the things here. Because, for example, it can display the prices here, or it can, display it underneath, or even when hovering over them. But yeah, final polish, not really needed right now. Plus, I can't really be bothered right now. So that's pretty much everything I wanted to do today. The rest of the stream is just literally going to be me bouncing my items up and down. Bounce. This is peak gameplay. Ooh. All right, this one, that one was aggressive. Didn't spin around. So I'm probably gonna limit some kind, like somehow I'm gonna. I'm gonna probably somehow limit the. Okay. Motherfucker just quantum tunneled through the floor. Yeah, I was also thinking on top of the items, like when hovering over them, same way this place. But I don't know. I'll probably figure it out once it comes down to it. This item for some reason just went through the floor. All right. The boundaries need. See, these are supposed to be bouncy, but they don't have the bounce. So I'll add it. So that all of them can be exactly as bad as that one. Pew, pew, pew. All right, now one more problem that I'm actually gonna fix. Once this subsides. Hello. I'm planting you. Did you see that? It just went all the way around and then struck the other items from behind. All right, I also wanted this thing is having problems. The elevator chute is just having some weird ass problems sometimes. For example, when you bring items in, they can sometimes drift out on their own, which is not supposed to happen. Mind you, it's supposed to stay inside no matter what. But sometimes when you just... Alright, that was weird. Almost normal, but weird. I may... Oh no, there's two. Alright. Now, see this? For some reason, sometimes the items just collide with a wall. This invisible wall, that's not supposed to collide with anything unless you're inside the chute, the elevator. See this. All right, I'll try it again. Hey, you've been commenting a lot. Now I have two chatters. One on Twitch, one on YouTube. Now for some reason, these items don't want to go inside. Why? They don't want to go inside because... Okay, yep, I lost him. Because they are a different... Like, my hypothesis is... This is Drags. This is Drags, okay. Same tag, same layer. Then it shouldn't happen. This shouldn't happen. Story of my life. It should just go right in. Even if it's... Wait, this... See, these what's it called? Transistors go in right away because there's no problem. But an item that's not been touched doesn't want to go inside through the wall. Why? Is the collider off? Is there some other weird reason? Ah, found another one. Okay. Now, see, this has a rigid body. That's fine. Box collider, two of them. One being a triggered, the second one not. This one has the exact same. Nothing has changed with a rigid body, which is simulated. No freezing of rotation or anything. And nothing is changing. So, why? Well, that's what I have to find out right now. Great. And I'll add it. Chute, or elevator, is bad. As something to do on my to-do list, elevator is bad. It's the best descriptor I have for this. I have no idea what's going on, so... And I already tried to fix it. I fixed it once, but for some reason it just decided to come back. Huh. So on trigger enter, okay, I have to look at this because here these items have reference to walls of shoot trigger, walls of shoot, and what to take, all three of them. Shoot, walls, trigger. This is what I need to find. This. If shoot is not null, of course. If the collision is on trigger enter and on trigger exit. See, when outside, ignore collision of shoot walls. Huh. Okay. They should also have a current. Nope, they don't. Because it's not public current state. I will make it public. I may not make it public, I can't find it. Where is it? What do you mean? There we go. Public. Yeah, everything that has these guys in front is considered done for now. That's because now look how many how many different things I had to fix already. And it's funny looking back and seeing irradiated cotton. Cotton is radioactive. I wish ChatGPT sent me this code. Look at this spaghetti. This is something that ChatGPT could not even follow. I tried. It's a mess and it doesn't work most of the time, but when it does, it's just right to make my day. Yeah, ChatGPT is great at coding, but unfortunately not really great at coding when coding in Unity, because the inspector is also a bitch and makes my day a lot harder than it needs to be. So, right, of course. Still locked inside. Yep. So now that random things are inside and things can still pass through, even though, okay, things can still pass through the gate, the wall, even though in theory it shouldn't, because it didn't before. Let me try something. Let me try this. Current state is out. Good. If I turn it off, wait, I'll turn it back on. And now, if it can go through, yep, it can go through. So it turns off the collision, but the moment... Okay, yeah, that's actually fixable. I don't know if it's easily fixable. I'll find that out in just a second. I can do on trigger enter if shoot is not null collision name is shoot. Yep, and now I'll do the exact same thing, but is not in shoot, and is not in shoot, then out. That is way too accurate. Because it does, but then you realize, or I realize, all right, this shouldn't have worked in the first place. Out, meaning is in shoot. Maybe I can just put in the ignore collision. Yeah, I'll just put in the ignore collision out of here, because it's supposed to ignore collision pretty much always with this this particular object, and it doesn't this time, at least. It's been out before. The state of this is out. Well, I have seen that with my own eyes. All four of them. But, for some reason, even though it is out, it does not ignore the collision. And I know why. I think I know why. I may not understand anything. I may be a toddler learning to code when it comes to practical information. But luckily for me, I can test it. I will try it. Wait, does it? Does it? It does? That's good news. And now if I close it and open it, and take this, and slowly make it move towards it. Now, this singular thing should not be... It's not held back! Good news, everyone! Good news, everyone! It's been done! The elevator is no longer bad. Well, it is still bad, but... yeah, different reason. For some reason, it just... Because look, I can... It goes through the wall. Alright, but I know how to fix that, and that is a simple and easy, and it might not be as simple and easy. Hand. Yep, hand meaning that's not where I want it to go. When in hand, do not hesitate to put this sorting layer. Where is it? 11. Clippy would be so lost. Clippy would beat me over the head if he knew I was doing this. I'm too young to remember Clippy, but I know exactly what you mean. It's... huh? Right, I think for some weird reason, I've also never seen Clippy. Like, I've seen him in memes, but not actually on a desktop. On a desktop that I have owned. On mouse over, if is in shoot. The thing is in shoot is not defined. I think isn't shoot can be triggered by something else than it actually being in shoot. Yeah, to be fair, I never really paid attention to what Windows I'm using until I've gained sentience at like 20 years old. I was just not aware of what an operating system is. So my past with computers is not very long. Huh. See, I'm starting to think that there should be no problem. There is no problem, I guess. Because it does. Mechanic fixed. Sometimes these items just decide to no and go outside, just leave for our outer space. And I have no idea why they do that, or how, or when, or it just randomly happens once every so often, and somehow it happens always when testing. And that is just not good. Plain not good. The items? Make what unsus? Alright, for some reason they... alright, I think I'm happy with that. With it not being triggered always. See, like this isn't even what I was talking about. They sometimes literally just float into outer space, and then when I go here, they're just behind the window, which is, you know. Once I see it, I'm gonna call a meeting. I promise you that. But but I'm just not gonna see it right now, because right now I could fix it. And it only happens when I'm not able to fix it, or I don't have time, or I'm just too tired to care. Because it works pretty well, but not perfectly. That pisses me off. All right, but I'd say it works a lot better than it did before, and I'd say the game is pretty much playable. Now, I'm going to test that just before releasing the demo, and considering I have no idea how to make a demo, I'm not going to look up a YouTube tutorial right now, but I will look up a YouTube tutorial later on how to actually make it a demo, not just a playable game. Oh yeah, disco. Jittery. Alright, and that should be pretty much everything. This still doesn't work, and this still doesn't work, but it's gonna work pretty soon. Once I wanted to look something up in my mind palace, not on the internet, because the internet helps, and my mind palace is retarded, just like me. Thank you for the wish list. It's gonna help. I need every wish list I can get, because I have like 50. And you know, the last few videos did really well, but before, not so much. And considering Instagram literally just evaporated every chance of me of the videos I make being seen, because Instagram has this neat little thing from their algorithm. If you don't post anything for a great length of time, in my case it was like 6 months, where I didn't post anything, it pretty much shadow bans you for like 3 to 6 weeks. And then when you come back, your audience is not your audience. There is no audience. So when it pushes it to new people, it's random people that might not care about what you're doing. So they don't even stay to watch 3 seconds, and that once again tanks your views. Thank you. So I will literally, my marketing strategy is this guy. He is literally the only thing keeping me sane, and also checking my code. Because look, my Instagram Reels have been performing non-existently. Like literally 10 people have seen most of them. And I have a lot. And I think like from here on out, all of this is daily posting. It is, but it also has the most chance of making me money. Well, that's why I'm posting it here and here. Hey, this one went. This one's making some progress. What about this? Yay! That's a good start, because I posted literally 3 hours ago. Maybe not even. But see, this... Wait, I think I have a new one. Yeah. Yeah, see, Instagram does not like me, because it shows my content to people who probably don't like this kind of content, or don't care, or have no attention span, or if they do, I can't. My content has like a problem somewhere, and unfortunately, it's not. I can't show you here, but the thing is, this shit just. You know, when it shows it to 10 people who scroll past immediately, and it says, all right, no more, I don't like you, and it shows to no one else, then it sucks. But hey, I got a little backlog of videos ready, so that now I can focus on my demo. I'm gonna keep posting those, and hopefully, in that time, the Instagram algorithm's gonna stop hating me, and I'm gonna make it. By which I mean I'm gonna get 100 views more than once. Right now, I need to load room info. Now, the problem is there's another problem. Whoop-de-doo. Who knew? Right, I'll put my this over here so I can watch my own streams. Yay. And now the load room info. I think this isn't a problem because it's supposed to... No. Yeah, this is it. It's in the roomstips.keys in here. And this one is being populated from I don't know where. The problem is that the algorithms are just like ChatGPT obviously knows something we don't, and he told me, but it's still just like randomly pushes some content and buries other. So it can be frustrating for creators. Not me, I don't care. I do, but not enough to to alter my content. Plus, I want to make a game. I'm not trying to be famous. I don't want to be famous. Yeah, I mean, every short I make is about an hour of work. If you want, I can show you. it's, I've been working since 7 a.m. and made like 6 videos before I started streaming. And that's literally just my backlog for the week. If anything, like if I come up with another video that's better, I'm gonna push that first. But yeah, unfortunately, this is the only way I'm gonna make money. So yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking like 5 to 7 because Steam takes what, 25%? So I'm thinking 7 is like the cap. Probably not gonna go up to 10. Single digits, definitely. Maybe go down to 5, but honestly, it's gonna highly depend on, all right, 30s. All right, maybe I'm gonna bump up the price to like 7.5, but still, like, I don't want it to cost more than 10. Definitely not even 10. At most 9.99. But I don't know. It's gonna heavily depend on my state of mind the moment I decide to release it. Because if I feel like, oh yeah, this is a great game, perfect, exactly what I wanted, and I'm gonna keep working on it, it's gonna be 10 or almost 10. And if I feel like, all right, this is shit, this is like I could have done better, it's gonna be free. And I'm just gonna cut my losses and start something else. I hope that doesn't happen, to be fair, but I'm not gonna fight it if it does. All right, where the hell is Rooms Tips from? I think it's from Story Conversations, because here I do stories, tutorials, meaning after each room. Tips, rooms, tips. Yep, it's here, which is fine. Now, when... Wait, did I already... No, I was definitely in there, so why the hell is storage not in here? All right, because this is different. This is from somewhere else. This shouldn't be same. Huh? Okay. All right, room tips. Room tips should be populated from Story Conversation. After each, like after the room has been visited, it should get added as something else. For some reason, rooms tips, it is the same thing, isn't it? Like, it is. Then why is it being game object find room? What? Some. Why should room be null? Why should game object only if it's null should it create? All right, well, whatever, I guess. Find room. Yeah, the problem is it's gonna find storage as All right. What if I take away the if statement? If I do that... Nope, nope, nope. I accidentally destroyed something else. Something that actually has a function. Something that's not decorational. If I do this and nothing breaks and everything works as it should, I will be disappointed. On the other hand, if it doesn't break, if it does break and something doesn't work, I am also going to be disappointed. So there's not really a option, you know, to win. All right, there should be only elevator. Perfect. Now I don't want to wait here. Yeah, for now it definitely is, but that's gonna change very soon. With a little luck, by tomorrow it's gonna be almost buggers free. All right, almost. See, it every time I open it, it's gonna, yep. That's what I thought. But it added the storage, meaning like the game itself should be chaotic. It should be an inventory management game, meaning it should be hard to, you know, ignore random items floating around. And I'm gonna make it a little easier for people, you know. I'm gonna make some kind of space back here that if you throw an item into it, it's gonna stay there, you know, get stuck to the wall pretty much. But other than that, it should be this messy if you're not organized. The problem is the bugs that don't that don't belong there. Get back. Right, I think yeah, they don't have the material anymore because I forgot to put them in. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna try if this shows garden. It shows garden. Good thing. Good thing. All right, now give this the material it deserves. A physics material. And now see. Wait, I'll look into the... First of all, I'm putting this back because it doesn't end well when I don't. And second, where was it? Story conversation. You have it should start. You have 4 pods. That it doesn't. Oh, weird. Toops.add. I think this is adding something to tutorials. Yes, that it should, but it shouldn't. Oh wait, is tutorials doing something it shouldn't? It's weird. This is weird. Like, not haha funny weird, but what the fuck is going on weird? It should, but it shouldn't. But wait, tutorials here are mentioned only here somewhere, apparently. I don't know. Down here. and here. But why? Why is something that's in the tutorial being added to the tips of rooms? You know, because if when I started this, you know, and it goes, it does the elevator should go. I don't think this is what I put in there, to be fair. Goes up and down, not to go. So why is it reading from somewhere else? I am losing my mind. This tips elevator we goes up. Oh my god, am I stupid? Can I not read? Oh my god, I am stupid, because it's supposed to be from here. It's supposed to read from here. Not from there. All right. Good. I think now, thanks for joining in. And next week, same time. Viewers leaving on Twitch, so. But I'll also be going real soon, because right now I'm going to fix it and it's going to work perfectly, and I no longer will need to be here to fix it. It'll be done. Everyone will be happy, me included, me more than included. I'll be ecstatic because it's going to work. I am sure of nothing, to be fair. All right, I can't have the game object find room. That doesn't work. So every time it's going to room tips for tips. Okay. You know what? I'll just right. I wanted this to display pictures sometimes in the text. So later. Right now I need a public list of, I guess, game objects. Let me find. Nope. Buttons created. Now, buttons created dot add. All right, and now with this, just put in the room butt, and here instead of this, room butt. Wait, buttons created dot contains. Nope. Dot contains. No. I need to put in room. Thing is, that's game console, even though. Alright, well. String! Alright, see you later. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week, hopefully. And with that, I think this is pretty much done. And if this works, I'll be ending the stream. Actually, I know it works. Yay. Good job, me. All right. If there is somehow anyone still here, watching, lurking, or doing anything in between, thanks for watching. And with this, I'm off. Thanks for tuning in.